I'm Kris Hagan. For those who don't know, I've been a language coach for many years. In my career, I've taught a wide variety of people, from famous singers and radio presenters to doctors, uni students, and yes, even desperate housewives trying to find an English lover. I've finally decided to share my thoughts, tips and tricks with the world. Also check out my YouTube channel if you want to see my ugly mush. So let's kick off this podcast with a great jingle.
Doesn't matter where you are, in the car or at the bar. Here for you comes in your ears, another word for thanks is cheers. Here's the new kid from the block, here for you around the clock, shining all his English tips. Kris
is an anagram of risk.
Kris.
Hello, and welcome to this week's podcast, Series 3, Episode 19. And the title is called Being Diverse. You'll find out why later. If you've already seen our YouTube channel, or my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Kris Hagan, very easy to find. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to use my name for once. You'll be able to see the video of Laura and I, which you're going to hear in today's podcast. Now, how's your 2022 going? Is it going fine, or is it a bit drab? What does drab mean? Let's find out.
Use me, say me, any way you want me. You got the power to use me right.
Well, drab, the spelling is D-R-A-B, means very dull or boring. You can say the weather is drab, a person is drab, something is drab. This got me thinking because, actually, to be honest, this morning I was thinking of something to start off with, something totally different, and then arrive at the word drab. But because I used it, I thought, why not do the opposite? Confused? So am I. Now, this morning I was wanting to do a video on TikTok, but then I realized I already did it a while ago, and it's about the word drag. Okay, all of you know what a drag queen is. If you've got to the latest version of S03 magazine, you will see Taki Pierina in it with Gisela Cozzo, because they did a fantastic version of Dancing Queen. And Taki Pierina is a drag queen. But what does drag mean? Drag stands for, originally, dressed resembling a girl. Okay, whether you knew this or not, now you do. But I was thinking, if you were dressed resembling a boy, you really should be called a drab king. No. But no, they call them drag kings. And so it's really quite confusing. But to be honest, it's probably better to be called a drag king than a drab king, because nobody would want to go and see that show. So remember, drab means dull and boring. And you also learned the fact that drag, originally, many, many years ago, meant dressed resembling a girl. So try and use the word drab this week.
Just a bit of adverts.
Looking for some extra reading comprehension material? Then S03 magazine is what you're looking for. And guess what? It's totally free. S03 magazine helps you expand your vocabulary while learning about new people, places and events. The world is now a smaller place with S03. S03 magazine, your window into the world of English. The link's in the description. It is. And so are you all back at work? Are you having a wonderful time? I know some people are still off because in some countries they have another holiday, then another holiday. I'm talking about Italy, as these random days are here and there. And so they have all these things they call bridges, which means they stay off a lot longer than they should do. So if you're back at work, I'm sorry, but enjoy anyway. You can listen to our podcast on your break or on the toilet secretly. And if you're having a cigarette outside, I was going to say a fag, but you know this podcast is international. A fag is slang in England for a cigarette. In America for something totally different. So now, like I said, if you've already seen the YouTube channel, I've already given you the link. It's also in the description. It's everywhere, like COVID these days. Hope you're all safe and well. I didn't go to England, and also, I've received actually many messages asking me, did you have a good time in England at New Year's Eve? I didn't go because of COVID. It's too complicated, too many people with COVID, many friends have got COVID. And too messy, too messy. So if you've already seen on YouTube the video of Laura and I talking about how being diverse, now you're going to hear it as just the podcast. If you've already seen the video, very good. It was probably a lot easier for you because you saw us speaking. But now try to just listen. And if you've not seen the video on YouTube, go and watch it after listening to the podcast.
Now it's time for Laura, yes, she found a flight, and she flew from Nashville to record this ride. Laura likes music, and this will know this time. She'll talk about the weather and more. Laura, give for 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 Laura, Laura, give for Laura, give for Laura, give for Laura, give for.
Now, before we get started, I want to give a safety announcement. Not for you guys, for me and Laura. We are not offending anybody in what we're about to say. Are you ready? Laura's back. Hello.
Hello.
And I forgot to mention, I like your hair.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's blue.
It wasn't blue the last time I met you.
It wasn't?
2 years ago. It was not blue then.
What colour was it then? And it was short, if I remember.
Well, it was shorter. So, it's a pandemic. I didn't get my hair cut for 2 years.
No.
Finally, I did, but
okay.
I didn't cut it for a year, so it's longer.
But when did you...
And it's blue.
When did you decide to change it to blue? To dye it blue?
I was working from home. I always wanted to dye it blue. I have clip-in blue bits that I've used in the past.
The fake extension things.
Yeah.
Well, they're not fake extensions. They're all
But
fake.
They're all fake. Well, they're not... I mean, they're real.
Yeah, they exist.
They exist.
Unlike
they're not
fire.
Like imaginary.
Did you know fire doesn't exist?
What?
It doesn't exist.
Fire?
Yeah. Look online. Fire doesn't exist. I didn't believe
This
it.
is
I
another
thought
topic.
I was drunk.
This is another topic for another day. This is interesting.
Yeah. Fire doesn't exist.
Because fire also can be blue.
It can. So you don't exist.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who am I talking to? Lorenzo, my ghost. You don't know we have a ghost in here.
No.
Oh, we can talk about that as well in a minute. So go on then. Blue hair. Why the blue?
I've always faked it. I've always faked blue hair, and then I was working from home, so I wasn't seeing any of it.
Okay, I was going to say it's not naturally blue. Thinking what you were
No,
born with
now
blue
I'm
hair,
now I'm naturally blue.
Uh-huh.
And so I wasn't seeing customers, and I thought, oh, well, I can dye my hair blue now. And in fact, I visited some friends in Asheville, North Carolina, which is
Nashville without the N.
And an E on the end. So it's Nashville without the N, and then you add an E. Asheville has an E on the end.
Okay, right. Now here I just need to point out something. She's talking about the first part of the word, before Ville. Okay? And now, let's continue.
So, in Asheville, at that time, everybody had, I don't know what they called it, unicorn hair, I think, or mermaid hair or something. And it was all the colors.
Like a rainbow.
Beautiful. And I wasn't quite that brave because Asheville is 4.5 hours from home.
Right.
And I didn't know how I would maintain it because, what do they call them? Vanity colors are hard to maintain. They fade
colors.
really. Yeah, blues and greens and...
Okay, they're called vanity colours.
Yeah.
Because they think
It
you're
makes
vain.
me feel bad. Yeah, it makes me feel really bad that they're vanity
Be
colors.
vain all you want. Why not? You only live once.
Well, I only wanted blue. I mean, actually, there's a woman in Asheville. Shout out to Serenity in Asheville because her hair is glorious.
Hi, Serenity. In Serenity in Asheville. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think I could pull it off, and I certainly couldn't maintain it with the distance. So, Lala is the stylist in Asheville that gave me blue hair. Lala. Mm-hmm. And she's amazing. Mm-hmm. And
they all have normal names in Asheville, it sounds.
Asheville is a really cool town.
Yeah, I've never been.
No, when you come, I'll take you there too.
Yeah.
So, so I ended up with blue hair just on a whim. Mm-hmm. And
on a whim. No, on a whim. Peter Griffin. Stewie Griffin. You never seen Family Guy?
No, I don't watch television.
That's not television. That's just gold.
I know. There's a lot of culture that I don't understand.
It's not really culture. But
well, it is because everybody knows it. So it's part of the culture.
It's very good. Yeah, it's very, very good. And so the blue hair, but it looks good. The blue. I used to have blue hair, but all blue, and then all pink.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
I need to see pictures.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find it. I know I have it. I have pictures somewhere in England, but when I went back to England in August, I looked for it and I couldn't find any. But I remember I used to have big blue spikes. But big,
delightful.
Like proper, like
did you use like Elmer's glue to?
I used a lot of lacquer, and gel. The problem was gel used to make it too dark. I wanted the blue,
right. And
when I put gel on it, it went like blue. Yeah. So blue. So you're a very diverse person, then? Do you think? Would you consider yourself diverse? It's a big topic in the world
more
now.
diverse than some, less diverse than others.
Okay, because I think I was telling you yesterday, X Factor here in Italy now has removed the categories. Okay, but now at the end of it, there's only 2 girls in it, and everybody has blue hair, pink hair, green hair, no hair. 2 of them were covered in clay performing. Oh. Okay, there's diversity, but then there's a bit too far, and it seems to be that everybody who was chosen have they got funny coloured hair, covered in clay, or whatever. And so, in your opinion, when does this diversity thing go too far?
That's such a difficult topic anymore because
But it shouldn't be difficult. This is the problem. I'm not saying it shouldn't be difficult for you. It has become a difficult topic.
Difficult,
In the past, there was no problem. If I want to be called Bob, I can be called Bob. If you want to be called whatever you want to be called, fine. I mean, these people now with this, an Instagram asked me the other day, what pronouns do you want to use? Kris is fine. Why do I need to have a pronoun? What do you think about this then? Do you think it's complicated?
It's complicated for me. I mean, it took me a minute to wrap my head around, and actually a friend of mine in the U.S. made a very intelligent post that made it all kind of make sense to me finally, but it's still hard for me because, like, you know, if they want to be referred to as they, that's fine, and I will do that to honor them because that's who they are. But even though I know that we use they singular in the U.S., it just always feels plural.
In fact, you just used it singular. You actually just used it.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though
I'm learning to use it.
Yeah.
But I'm having to learn to use it singular because in my head it was always plural. So when I met this person, the pronoun was she, or at least I was introduced
to her
that way, to her as she, with a different name. And then now I think the pronoun is they. I don't think it's he. I think it's they, which is great. But I had to like send a private message and be like, okay, look, I know you with this name and refer to you as this pronoun.
Yeah.
And so when I see you, especially because it's a musician that's friends with other musicians that I know, so usually when I see them, I'm drinking. If I see you again at a show and I call you by your old name or
accidentally,
because I've not adjusted. You know, my brain doesn't work so good. When I learn, you know, you're gonna probably be Kris to me. For the rest of my life, I'm going to call you Kris because that was your name when I met you. If you change your name to Bob next week, it's going to be hard for me.
Kris? Yeah.
I'm going to call you Kris.
We had a student who did the same thing. She didn't change sex or anything. She didn't change her gender, whatever you change. But basically, she just decided to change her name. And for me, she's always the original name. I'm not going to change it because, to be honest, I don't remember the new name now.
Yeah.
But like our secretary in the office, she knows the new name because she's only met her with the new name.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm speaking, I'm saying, oh, Shirley. She's not called Shirley, but, oh, Shirley. Yeah. And she's like, who? And I go, the one who changed the name. Which is horrible. I think that's even worse, the one who changed the name.
Yeah.
And how do you know how to address them when you meet them the first time?
Well, I mean, that makes it easy if you meet somebody for the first time.
Yeah, but they have to tell you, though.
Yeah.
But no, this thing that you're saying.
But if you're meeting someone, you don't refer to them in the third person, so you don't have to use the pronouns.
This is another reason. Why is it a big deal? Because if I'm talking about, what's she called? Demi Lovato. If I'm, she wants to be referred to as they. Okay, but in English, we do it like I was saying. If you left your wallet here, your purse, as you call it, handbag in English, and you went away, I go, they've left the wallet. They've left the handbag.
Right.
It's just natural for us. It's not. The problem is in different languages. It's not that easy. Yeah. So people need to not be so scared about it. And for me personally, I mean, people will hate me for saying this. This country, Italy, now is pushing it so much. It's creating the opposite effect. People are not liking it because it's everywhere. In England, in America, we accept it. You have blue hair. I don't. I used to have. You want to be called he. You want to be called she. Wonderful. What's the problem? But if you keep pushing it, you have the opposite effect. In fact, people this year with X Factor are criticising it because it's too diverse.
Oh.
It's not being inclusive of other people.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's historically in every culture. If one population or one group is ignored or underrepresented or abused or whatever, and then they finally become, they finally get to be treated well or recognized or whatever, it kind of swings the other way, and then hopefully it'll all balance out so we can all just be people. Exactly.
We should accept everybody for who they are. I don't get the problem at all. But when you see people highlighting the problem, highlighting the fact, it becomes a problem. This is the thing. We have to live in a wonderful world. I'm going to dye my hair blue just to match you.
Yay!
So we need to call this adult talk. How to offend everybody in one podcast. Now, before we finish, I just want to tell you one comment which was written underneath the YouTube video. There were many comments which I had to delete, but thankfully I get to choose them before I publish them. This comment is by Gianni, who always writes comments underneath our videos. Hi, Gianni. And he wrote, "The word diversity assumes a comparison. The moment one compares two people, persons, okay, that by nature can never be identical, automatically creates the difference between them, thus their diversity. I would stop the process of comparing when it is related to the inner identity of human beings, so that the diversity would cease to exist and uniqueness would pleasantly mark the existence of each and every one of us. And Laura and I both agree. Janny, very, very well written and so eloquently put, as in the words of Laura. So if you have something to say on this topic, go and don't be scared to write something underneath the video on YouTube. You know the link, you know the video, go and find it and write what you think about what Laura and I were talking about. If you agree with us, if you think we're terrible people, but maybe you will only think that if you didn't understand our point. So thank you, Laura. See you next time.
Now we know something more about Laura. Thank you, music.
Now, just to finish off, today is actually the 6th of January that I'm recording this because I have a day off. Woohoo! And it's also the birthday of a friend of mine who I call Bafano. He knows why. Happy birthday to you, and hopefully you have a wonderful year ahead of you. And in a couple of days, one of our podcast guests will be 50. Not Laura, she's already 50. Another one. See you all next week. Bye.
Doesn't matter where you are, in the car or at the bar. Here for you comes in your ears, another word for thanks is cheers. Here's the new kid from the block, here for you around the clock, shining all his English tips. Kris
is an anagram of risk.
Kris.